Hello there, we have a game for you today. This is a scrim between Blistered Shiver and Super Secret Monkey Mafia, two teams in UGC Silver at the moment. This was an STV demo that was sent to me by I Am Not Eatable, the soldier for Super Secret Monkey Mafia. Damn, didn't expect that to be so difficult to say. But apparently it's a pretty good little thing that's happening around here. So we've got some sticky traps coming in from Foungy on Blistered Shiver. I'm vaguely aware of both of these teams. I have some experience with a few of the players of both. But as far as I was aware, Shiver was last season the soldier for Blistered Shiver, but seems to have moved on to medic, at least for this scrim. But let's see how this works out. The sentry is already set up in the caves, very far behind kind of hold around here, but we'll see how this goes, if there are any jumps across the boards here, as the board's hold does tend to get jumped quite significantly. But immediately left it going down before he can go in for those sticky jumps. But a lot of presence on the left side around the cart here, as well as there's Plinky going down. Was it? No, Pling going down. The red soldier, as well as two kinds. That's going to give some freedom to SSMM's medic Balin. But the Ubers have been popped between both sides. Should be going down to very low health and getting caught out by this heavy someone, going all the way around into the valley, and is going to go down. That is the problem with the board's hold. It is very liable to frame drops, apparently. Sorry about that. That's my fault probably, but I'm just gonna pause the demo and then start it again. And for some reason that half worked. I don't know what was going on. But Balin has retained their Uber as the Pling gets the equalizer kill onto Lefty. But they can use this Uber to immediately go back into the caves, but it doesn't look like Balin has left spawn yet, just trying to get the cart in as far as they can before they bring them out here. But let's see if Red Spy can get anything done here. Can't get through those doors. That is a problem. So I think Balin has caught him out, but maybe a bit of miscommunication there as the pushing classes for SSMM do go down at the same time. This is a fairly good caves hold, but Sherby is still down, only just respawning. It is 100% advantage for SSMM here. If they can push this quickly, then they'll do a good job at getting the sentry down and potentially catching out the engineer at the same time, as he will be stuck in that corner if they were in smart enough. So let's get on the Balin camera here, because they do want to push as fast as they can. The heavy getting caught out and already going down. Their advantage is slipping away. It's already only 50% advantage. They're going to have to go in very quickly. Lefty, very low health, Ubering like that. I'm not sure I agree with this Uber, just getting knocked back by Red Pyro Wreath, and that has not gone well for them, given Sherby the Uber advantage. Or I should say Blistered Shiver the Uber advantage, but the cleanup heavy is doing a lot anyway. Takes out Mentalex and drops again. Something about being out there that drops my frame rate. My computer hates the first point. But that's going to have to be a complete repush from SSMM. I'll just say SSMM. So from blue, okay? they're blue. But very little, well actually, I was about to say very little presence up here, but we'll have Blue, Engie and Spy going in around here, as well as Soldier and Scout following them up, going for some big time distraction here. Mentalex, Mavis and Wreath all down for Red at the moment. If they are going to push smart, if they had Nuba at this point, then they could do that, but Sherby is going to apparently falling back to using the Uber to deal with these people here, maybe overstating how many there were here. That's going to give an Uber advantage to Balin. He does have Uber, and there is very little to protect the sentry up here. They can just Uber straight in. They have taken out CMM Burt and their sentry, and that is completely giving up the strong caves hold to Uber in to take out the flank classes from Blistered Shiver. So that is, if they can take this aggression far enough, then SSMM can really go a long way with this. Mentalex already going down, as well as Wreath. It's just Sherby and the Demo Man Foungy up on the hill here, but it does look like there's been a bit of cleanup or a bit of fall back into the caves here, as there might be a bit of solidification here. But SSMM, I am not eatable, taking down Sherby. That is going to be no medic. Big uber advantage for Balin right now, and the sentry is still going up, but it is only level 1. It probably won't do an awful lot before it gets taken down, as they do have 75% uber against 0 at the moment. So if they can go fast enough with this, then they will have a massive advantage. But the sentry is already level 2, and still no presence on the flank, but I suppose after such a successful go-around before, they didn't really need it. As the Uber Pyro coming in, Left A and... No, Left A was down at that point, but I'm not sure what went on there. Maybe a bit of a forced Uber, I wasn't quite watching well enough, but that's going to be advantage for Sherby again. A lot of flip-flopping Ubers around here. Day getting caught out up top. Very low health and no one to open the door for him. Oh, the medic comes and saves the day, and they're just going to stay around here a little. The medic does not want to go through that door and get trapped. Oh, but he's doing it anyway. I want to see what happens here. If Blistered Shiver can get enough spam into this room, then they can do an awful lot to get them out. But that is Day going down, I think, to the scout. Yeah, Mavis taking down Day, and there is very little presence suddenly up in this top room. And, well, there's a fair bit of presence, but there we go, getting out again. But the big backstabs coming in from Red Spy, coming in from Carlozzo, taking down Balin. That's going to be... I think Sherby popped his Uber at a similar time, but Sherby goes down to the backstab from Wax at the same time. Oh my, that is... that was massive stabs from both spies, but that works out in SSMM's favour. If they can carry out aggression, there are only 3 up for Blistered Shiver at this point, only level 1 sentry as they defend. If they can just swarm the point, then they may be able to get some aggression onto this, force them back all the way to 4th. Already CMM Burt going down to the mini-sentry of Save as DMX, Sheep and Wax both going down as well. No, Wax just popping his Uber, but popping his Dead Ringer, and then going down again. But it does look like a fairly solid hold. But no, coming in through the vent room, we do have the combo from SSMM already taking around the spawn, and the cart is going to get capped. Apparently taking their aggression all the way to the 4th point. That is the smart play right here. But the Pyro is flanking around them a bit. Pyro on the cart already getting taken down, as complete aggression into the toilet bowl, right into the spawn for SSMM here, completely trapping in Blistered Shiver. But the big headshot onto Day from Two Kinds, and it does look like the medic is sort of caught out here. Gets the Uber forced. They will be able to push the cart a very long way with this, so it's not a terrible Uber, but it is going to give Sherby some advantage, but they are getting the cart presence for it. But Balin going down again to Carlozzo. Big backstab. That's going to... if Red can take enough ground with this, then they can really solidify, but the aggression from SSMM may just prove to be too much, as they are really forcing them back into the last hold. And I think I've talked with Sherby before about this map, and he said that they prefer last hold to 4th, from what I remember. I may be misquoting him entirely, but that's what my memory serves me. That is Red Soldier. That is going for the big bomb in, but not getting very much, as we do have a level 3 sentry already set up here. But very little presence in the upper rooms here. Only seem to be getting a scout to watch around the top. But if there's a combo aggression, which there is right now, the upper rooms being attempted to get taken. The Uber is already popped from Sherb, getting forced into there, but Balin has 75%. Unless they can take Balin down, then this has been a wasted Uber. Balin going for the Uber saw, he gets it, and gets his Uber forced and given to him by the heavy at the same time. I don't really agree with this Uber, but it was quite amusing. The sentry is going down, and there are only 3 players up for Blistered Shiver at the moment, and the cart is going to get capped, and I'm not sure what's going on with my frame rate at the moment. I'm terribly sorry. I'm just going to pause the game for a moment and try to work that out. Give me just 1 second. Terribly sorry. Sorry about that. My frame rate is really dying, and I'm not sure why, but that is an 8-minute 10-second time for Super Secret Monkey Mafia, which is pretty good. That's I've definitely seen much worse times. They seem to get a glue. A bit held up in the caves hold, but their aggression from that's a blue medic. I'm not sure, but their aggression really seemed to go through from second to fourth points and ultimately into last, which really got them a much faster time than he would have got otherwise. But where are they setting up here? Are they? Oh, they're doing the same as Blistered, Shiver and setting up the sentry inside the caves already. Almost exactly the same spot as well. I'm quite surprised at that. I would expect to see more teams with at least some presence outside here, but they're deciding to have none of it and instantly holding the cave, which I suppose is fair enough. It's pretty safe. They've got Soldier's scout watching from out here. Soldier already getting bombed in is going to get forced back a little bit as they have presence on cart, and Wrangled Mini Sentry is really unnecessary back there. But who's that? That's Wax just watching it all happen as Flappy and Bombfluff. Oh dear, I hadn't looked at those names before. Flappy and Bombfluff both going down right there. Sentry is already level 3 back here, but the big headshot on today from Two Kinds is pretty effective, as I think that's Pling with the roof hold. No one's really noticed him or got rid of him yet, as this Wrangled Mini is really holding them down into the caves right here. And I don't think there is anyone... Oh, there is the Spy. If the Spy can get something done here, but I think everyone knows he's there, so that's not going to do very much, but he may still be able to get something done if he goes in fast enough, but no, he's going to get caught out anyway. But both teams have retained their Uber, but quite a lot of people down. They're already falling back here from SSMM, choosing to not use their Uber to do anything here. But setting up in the flank room with their combo, which is a pretty fair hold, but I'm not sure where the sentry... Oh, sentry already went down to Pling with just a little bit of presence in the flank room, but that is a one-way door and he's going to get shut out pretty quickly. And to be honest, this doesn't look like a very strong hold. We do have a bit of a flanking heavy in the form of Mental X around the cave flank, but this hold doesn't seem too strong. I'm not sure why they gave up caves right there, but oh my. The Savers DMX, the engineer for SSMM, really not having much luck with the sentries here, just falling back to third point. That is a smart thing to do, as they've already lost Balin, their medic, and that is going to give Sherby about a 20-25% advantage by the time they're done. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to set up here. They've already got some Blistered Shiver presence around their upper rooms, already going down into the vent room around here. They may be able to solidify this, but I really couldn't call it at this stage. They do have a fairly significant Uber disadvantage, and they have a Spy flanking behind them. They're really going to have to... They already go down to a headshot from Two Kinds. They're really going to have to hold these upper areas if they're going to get anything done. At least sort out this sniper, who is just waiting to get anyone like Sheep who walks out like that, as well as still watching... Yep. Lefter getting taken down as well. Two Kinds going big, taking down a lot of red players. There is no one here, but Blistered Shiver just aren't on the cart and aren't pushing forward, deciding not to utilize some aggression that the sniper has granted them. But it does look like setting up on fourth from SSMM, they know that that is a stronger hold, and not getting many people to stay out here. Although there are a few that are still stuck out here, and Lefty gets stuck. Still taking out the Pyro, but he's going to get taken down, and that is going to weaken their fourth hold quite significantly. They're really going to have to get something good here, but they are stuffing them down to the corner slightly. Blistered Shiver trying to get aggressive, but SSMM did fall out back here for a reason, and they are staying quite strong here. Sentry is very low and already getting taken down, as Savers DMX was apparently nowhere to be seen. Maybe he was... Oh, he was with his dispenser out here. But they are doing some good combo work. Demo Man forcing them back, but they're gonna have to watch this sniper in the house. He could do massive things if not. He already taken down Bombfluff, but it looks like the Pyro and Soldier are out to take him, as well as the engineer. So probably ends their reign. Although there are still people around here. Two Kinds still watching Balin's head, and I would be very worried if I were him, but Barlin already popping the Uber, but not in time to save Day, and just in time to save Lefty. But they're going to have to fall back with this Uber, and that is not very good for them, as Blistered Shiver have player advantage already, but they have no one on the cart yet, but still no sentry for Red, as this single soldier is forcing them back. But we have a big repush from SSMM. If they can push back with this, there are just not many players, loads of players alive for Blistered Shiver, just not many around the cart, and just getting swarmed out by SSMM, but the backstab onto Bombfluff from Carlozzo, as the cart is getting pushed quite steadily. We should have seen this a little bit before, but apparently Shiver went down there to a nice shot from something. I assume it was a sniper, because snipers are usually the ones who have nice shots, but a lot of cart presence. They're going to have to get a lot more out of this, but I didn't notice everyone die from SSMM. Looks like this point is just going to go to Blistered Shiver, as they are getting aggressive around here, and Sheep deciding to watch the top area, as again they should really watch the top here, because that is quite significant, but looks like Blistered Shiver just want to wait for their Uber here. They do have a slight advantage, maybe they can push off this, but the big bomb from I'm Not Eatable not getting anything done. Wax already going down as well. There is a slight player advantage, but I doubt Blistered Shiver want to work with this. The sentry still getting taken down, with a lot of players in the upper rooms here. The sniper for Red, Bombfluff, getting taken down, as well as Save as DMX. If they can play off this Uber, the Heavy did just go down. That's going to weaken their push, but they have Uber advantage and player advantage and positional advantage. If they can just Uber in, take the top, and get some players on the cart. There is a scout watching the cart and apparently taking it singly, as Shirby is just going to decide to run away with this. I'm not quite sure what the intentions with that one were, but a lot of SSMM players going down, but they may be able to solidify this. There is a pyro on top, already taking this ground, and a heavy on the cart. This does look like it's Blistered Shiver's round, and I would have not have called it that way, but pretty impressive work there. Just a lot of aggression from Blistered Shiver, and that is going to be a half, I suppose? That looks like a half, but both teams are probably going to be... Wax leaving the game for some reason? Not sure. Both teams are probably going to ready up as soon as possible. Not sure why, Wax. So let's... I've casted a few games with Candle in them before, like 2 or 3. And Candle is actually the cousin of Wax, and they have a frag video that they did together, Pyro and Spy, which is fun. So let's... I'm gonna skip it up. I'm gonna skip it. I'm glad my frame rate stabilized. Okay. Handsome Rogues Spy rather than... I know GS is G's Sausage, who feature a lot of the Handsome Rogues players, so there's quite a close link there, as Gent is a pretty darn good Spy. I've seen him play before. He has merked for our team, and I've played against him, and he was so so annoying for us, but I'm just waffling until I can see these teams ready up. Come on, please. Do you like the Outlands? Do you like the Outlands? The Outlands. Okay. One team, Red Deeds, and there we go. Okay, let's Blistered Shiver readying up first. They... Okay, they're switching teams. They're not actually starting again. This is... Server stuff is hard, okay? So seeing a lot of aggression from both teams. Big work being done by Two Kinds from Blistered Shiver. He seems to be a player to watch for them. But probably I would call it for better pick classes play from Blistered Shiver and better combo work from SSMM. But both teams sort of neck and neck in that respect. That both seem to be playing off each other quite well. So we do have SSMM defending first again here. Defending first again? Did they defend first before? Probably not. That's the whole idea of switching teams, isn't it? And look at that lovely mountain. And their scout went AFK, so the scout... Oh, never mind. He's peeing? Oh, no. Oh, no. Anyway. Are they going to go for the same sort of hold here? It looks like it. Already sentry being set up in the caves. To be honest, I don't really like setting up stuff back in the cave. I know that first point is a pretty bad hold and you shouldn't try to hold it too hard. But setting up all the way back in the cave is pretty drastic. I would set up a bit further out just to get some sort of pressure to try and hold them back. Maybe try to pop the blue Uber. But we do have some fairly good sticky traps, but you have to keep in mind that it is quite easy for the blue team to see you past here. I'm gonna try and get on the blue demo cam to see if there are any little bird plays around here, but apparently there isn't a blue demo. I can't find him. Foungy, that's him, and he's not using the sticky jumper, apparently not going for that. Quite a lot of spam coming out here from both sides. Demoman just spamming out both ends. But that just looks like another cave hold here, Bumfluff and Flappy going down at the same time again. Casting. It's great. We see pretty much the exact same hold from SSMM here, probably just deciding to hold the caves, which would have been stronger before if they hadn't fallen out for probably because of their player disadvantage last round. But we're already seeing Gent get taken out and left air as well. If the push can happen fast enough from Blistered Shiver, then they can push on the advantage of not having to go into a demo man, but it doesn't look like they're going to get there in time, as Shirby is still in spawn? No, Shirby has gone out of spawn at this point, and they're just waiting for a push in, as Soldier Presence on the flank again, trying to get something big done, as oh, that is a lot of aggression from Wreath getting taken down already, but Cart Presence already, and the sentry gun went down to Wreath when he was doing that. That's why he did that, I guess, and it looks like Day is pretty extended into here without the support of his team, so he's going to fall back a bit. Sticks are pretty present, but they're going to just push behind them here. They do have their Uber ready, but so do SSMM, just going to catch out left air and take him down. So that is massive, but Shirby going down to the backstab from Gent. I said he was a good spy, and there's the proof in the pudding. But we're seeing the same sort of flank room hold up top from SSMM again, as they do have 100% advantage if they can just Uber into the cart here. But Blistered Shiver just swarming here. They were all caught up in that little room and didn't notice everyone coming around, as we sort of have a reverse hold, but Mavis, Foungy, Two Kinds and Wreath all going down, and only Bumfluff down for SSMM here, so it does seem to have solidified for them, but that could have been pretty bad if there had been more cart presence or more aggression there. But we have a heavy at the spawn. Not sure what he's doing there, just hiding around. I'm gonna watch him. He's still going. He's still going. He's got full health. Mental X, the flanking heavy. He's met up with his scout. See, this is the thing about this hold up on the bridge, that you have so little presence on this hill that players can just come around here without you noticing sometimes. As the sentry, I don't really agree with the sentry placement, to be honest. This is such a small area for the sentry to watch, you know, leaving so much of this space open. That's why this flanking heavy can get through here, and that's why so many players can get to this side. And I'm so surprised Mental X hasn't died already, only just going down to Gent. But it seems like a very far back hold, just holding outside the flank room, deciding to meet the flank hold with the flank push, already taking down the sentry, and Uber getting popped as well, but it looks like Shirby's going to get sort of caught out here, but he is going to escape, but getting a bit pressured by Gent coming in behind him, and getting the backstab. Gent taking it down. Shirby, that is going to be a bit of an Uber advantage for Balin, as long as Balin doesn't die here, but Balin in a bit of trouble, going to get that health back and heal up as soon as possible. And we have an aggressive NG. I love aggressive NGs. Just starting to fall back, just taking it on the sentry and saying nope, leaving. That's pretty smart. They've already taken the upper rooms, which is, as I've said before, a smart thing to do. That was their style before. Two Kinds going up the top like it was before, but Balin getting taken down by Carlozzo, so there's going to be Uber advantage for Shirby again. The spy's doing a lot of work, as this point is probably going to go to Blistered Shiver at this point. They have the ground for it. Apparently not. They're just not taking that aggression as much as they could. Mental X leading the charge, but is almost completely alone, and I suppose that has worked out for him before. But they are capping the cart pretty slowly, already deciding to get into here, but SSMM have very little set up right now. Only just getting into their fourth hold. So if we could get enough aggression from Blistered Shiver here, then they could really get a very, very quick time. But it looks like SSMM are beginning to solidify a little bit. As if there had been a little more aggression, maybe some jumps in from the jumping classes from BS, then could we got back a bit here. But Sherby does almost have Uber, whereas Balin is only sitting at about 75%, so if they can push quick off this, then they could really get something done. Sentry's only level 1 right now, but I'm not sure if they know it's there. Now they do. There's a lot of presence on cart right now, and the Uber is getting popped, but Balin going to fall back and decide to kite the Uber until they can get their own and then re-push with it. That was a terrible Uber for Blistered Shiver, only going with the Demoman and Medic, and a lot of other players dying. Demoman dying at the end as well. Uber getting popped. It's going to get about a 15% advantage for Sherby, but I'm not sure they could act quickly enough off this. They may be able to, but I wouldn't assume so. And the corner sort of being taken by Blistered Shiver here, and the house flanking heavy getting taken down by the sticky trap of Lefty, and an engineer just sort of setting up around the house back here. But the the wrangled sentry giving them a bit of trouble, locking down a lot of space for them. Should be quite far extended here. Balin went down there. I did not catch what to, but that's pretty big, and they already seem to be falling back here from SSMM as get a lot of a push here from BS, really extending into the last point. Or almost complete Uber from Sherb right here, as they're just leaving a scout on the cart to cap and trying to stop them from setting up properly back here. But the sentry is already level 2. Let's see if Carlozzo can get anything done right here. Let's zoom into the ground, and Carlozzo gets the stab and the sap. That is going to be the sentry going down for SSMM, and it doesn't seem to matter that much, as they've already re-pushed out into the fourth point, which is a pretty smart thing to do, because there aren't many disadvantages, especially when the cart is this far back. You don't really have to worry about it getting sneakily capped in. This is a pretty smart play. I like the re-push from Red, but not all of them seem to have done it, and they've just lost I'm Not Eatable and Flappy, but playing Mentalex and Sherby went down at some point. I did not catch that, but that's going to be a 50% advantage for Berlin, pretty much. So that is going to be a pretty good last hold for SSMM. At least for the moment, unless we can get some big stabs from Carlozzo, or some big, whatchamacallem, snipes from two kinds. I'm Not Eatable, just going around the flank here, trying to catch out Carlozzo, but not quite getting him. Oh, Carlozzo, you're so sneaky. But this looks like a pretty far back hold from Day. Is Day Irish? Looked like a lot of Irish flags there, but we have the Blistered Shiver combo. Not having Uber, but already taking a lot of ground here. And this is a crits. I did not catch that was a crits, but not doing an awful lot here. Taking down a few players, but it's not got the medic, and that is what you really want to take with the crits. So that is going to be a big advantage for Sherby, and they could really push into here if they wanted with this. But it looks like Red Combo are still deciding to hold up here, probably assuming that Sherby doesn't have Uber, which is correct right here, and holding quite back anyway. They just don't have much cart presence or anything right now, as the Uber seems to get forced. Uber forced by I'm Not Eatable. Good job there. That is going to be advantage swaying in Barlin's favour again, as level 3 sentry is really denying any presence on the cart, but the combo just deciding to take some ground anyway, as Barlin almost has his Uber, but the sentry goes down to Carlozzo. That was the big regression I needed, and the sneaky cap in for most of the team while everyone else was preoccupied up here. 8-minute 20 time, almost exactly the same as the first round when Blistered Shiver were defending. That is a good round. Good work from both teams there, but just a bit too much distraction. And the sentry going down, could not watch the cart so they could get that cap in. Ooh. I want to watch Carlozzo. Carlozzo's done pretty good so far, so let's see where he decides to set up. If he's he suicided for the NG. Right, let's look at where the NG's setting up. Is it in the cave again? Oh, that's a sneaky spot through the cracks. Probably some sticky traps going on somewhere, but I'm too dumb to call them. And another sentry set up in the caves. Okay, a lot of caves. These teams love the caves. They can't get enough. And that medic is still has a blue outline. Glow outline effect enable 1. Is that going to fix it? No, never mind. So this is 8 minute 20 is completely beatable, but it's completely unbeatable potentially as well. It's just one of those times already. I'm not eatable getting denied by Pling, as they decide to hold up a soldier on the roof, but Pling getting taken down by Day so far. Really no real aggression onto the cart or anything from Blue. I suppose that's this sniper doing a lot of work in an almost invulnerable position here, taking down Gent, just catching him out as he tried to go for him, but we have some presence on cart, but still not very much. You really want to scout on it, at least. This sniper is just stranded. He's going to have no way out of here, but he can potentially get some very good picks, but I think Sherby is staying in spawn, knowing that that sniper will be up there, not hearing the call that he's down yet, and no one has gone for him yet. This is such a sneaky position from Two Kinds. And why would it be Sherby in spawn? It's Balin right now. Oh my, I really want to watch his cam, but I doubt he'll do anything big, as he does have Carlotto watching with him. I want to get on one of their cameras, you know. I just get the feeling. Oh, it's a Girardi fight. It's but he gets ruined by Mr. Man, and the Scalozzo can't get a thing. So we're just seeing another straight hold here. Both teams. Oh, what happened? Why is there no Sherby Uber anymore? I missed something when I was staring at Two Kinds, but oh well. The sentry is still up in there. At least going to have to use the Uber to take that out, probably. If they don't, then that's pretty bad for Blistered Shiver right here, as I would like to see them take this ground with the Uber and already take down the sentry. It would not take very much. They might not even have to use the Uber if they're smart about it, but it doesn't look like they're doing too well. The NG is stranded, so they may be able to get him and take the aggression in, but it does look like there is some more help here, and really not taking the ground. I would have liked to see them Uber in when they had the heavy and medic in before, but Blistered Shiver deciding to push back in, but a bit too late as the sentry already went down to the Uber from Balin and Lefty. But this is a big fight, and a big messy one at that. A lot of people going down, but Sherby does have Uber advantage right now if they can get into the right position to use this. But big stab from Gent onto Mental X, and Sherby almost has Uber, but he has very little to pop it on right here, and the sentry is caught out of position. The sentry is not quite there yet. He's going to reconnect with his engineer and try to find some combo players to work with, but the cart has so much presence on it right here. I'm not sure what they're going to have to do with this, but just might get a sneaky cap in, as it does get capped despite the Uber from Sherby and his heavy. That is too bad for Blistered Shiver, as that means this flank route is completely open up, which means that Blistered Shiver pretty much have no choice but to fall back pretty far from this, as blue players are just swarming the place. Sherby somewhat caught out of position. He's very low, getting attacked by I'm Not Eatables, only 25 health, not even getting put out by his pyro. That is, I don't know what was going on there, but it looks like a fairly solid. Oh, playing onto the medic is not going to get much done. Looks like oh, he's getting sandwiched. Goodbye. Looks like a pretty solid hold here. Sentry is only level 1, but oh, Balin does have Uber advantage, and although the player positioning may be okay, they don't have Uber advantage right here, and the Sentry is not that high level. It's a crits! I was not expecting that. Crits already takes that down. Sherby, CMM, Wreath, and Carlotto went down at the same time anyway. That is a lot down for Blistered Shiver. I liked that aggressive crits play. I was pretty smart from them, and they knew exactly where they were holding. And my crosshair is still on, I've just realised. I'm terribly sorry. I'll turn that off at some point. But that looks like a lot of aggression from Blistered Shiver, but they are just not getting the cap time. And blue players can still come out here and may be able to solidify. But Sherby, no, that is not where you belong. Sherby is going to get caught out here and, of course, die. I've seen a lot of people go out the wrong door there. and it is just so significant when you're a medic. I would not be surprised if this fourth hold doesn't last too long. As a result, they're going to have almost 100% disadvantage, and Sentry's only going to be about level 2, maybe 3 by the time they push in here. But I'm not eatable going in for the jump and not getting anything bomb fluff going down at the same time. But they do have nice presence on the cart and a lot of spam coming in from Faungi. But the pyro is in the house, but that is CMM Burt getting taken down. Gun getting unsapped, but if there is any sort of coordination they will be able to take it down from SSMM, but a lot of them went down there, Barlin included, so he is at about 40% disadvantage right here. And the sentry is only level 2, and I'm not sure they will be able to get the... Yep, that is CMM coming back and just healing it up before they can get anything done. So let's watch the Carlozzo cam as he's going around quite a normal spy route, but there is no one there this time. He gets Flappy the scout, but the entire combo went into this barrel room, and he had no idea going through there that they would do that. But they do have Uber and good positioning and level 3 sentry already for Blistered Shiver, so the time for pushing off advantages is sort of done for SSMM. If they can get completely... They could get completely caught out in this house here. Everyone is here and they don't have Uber yet. But they will very soon, so it doesn't look like that much will be pressured in quite yet until they get a bit of a good Uber. This is a good Uber to have. They already have it and they are pushing out. This is pretty good. If they could take the Demo Man even further, I would be happier with it, but the counter Uber does get popped. The sentry gun goes down, so that is somewhat successful, but Berlin goes down as well, completely just nothing there. But we do see a few players cut out of position here for Blistered Shiver. A few key players going down, but the combo is still alive. I think just enough to solidify this hold, and there are very few players still up from SSMM, so that's pretty good for them. Deciding to try and keep the push alive, it is just not working. They're going to have to come back for a proper push, and only a minute 30 left on the clock. So they're going to have to come up with something magical in order to get this. They're going to have near constant cart pressure. The sentry gun is... Oh, Sherby went down to a big backstab from Gent. That is the miracle they needed. Sentry gun is only level 1 behind the boards. It could easily get taken down level 2 now, but yes, getting taken down. And this is what they needed from SSMM. So they could really... If they push the cart far enough and get enough aggression going down, even though Barlin is down, they may be able to push this as far as they can. There is a way you can sneak the cart in. If this sentry gun gets set up level 3, then there's little chance of it happening, but the sentry gun can get camped in somewhat. They only have 45 seconds to rush this one, but it may just work out for them. I want to get on a significant camera here, but I'm not sure there is one, as it's just about in general what the teams do. They have a lot of presence on the cart because they know that is what they need to do right here, but Faungi going down as well, and Two Kinds as well, as a lot of cart presence, as I said they needed, but sort of giving it up right here. But now they know 20 seconds left, sentry already going down. I predict a lot of players jumping down here. Yep, 1, 2, 3, and the Uber on the cart is not going to last far enough. Just getting bounced back by the blue pyro. And that is a good round. That is great work by SSMM. A very close round there. I'm glad that got sent to me. I'll take this opportunity to turn my crosshair off. Just great work from both teams, and SSMM really getting that cart presence they needed, doing very well. I imagine that wouldn't have worked if Gent hadn't got the backstab on the 4th point, then they would not have had the advantage to go in like that. But apparently 2 of Blistered Shiver's players don't have the time to play a 3rd, which is not good. We may not see the decider from this. So I wonder so hard. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit to see if this gets resolved. But great work. I'm calling VIP, very important player, onto Gent right now. So, yeah, wow. Gent doing massive work, and just denying the Uber advantage for Blistered Shiver right there. As seems to have worked pretty well for them. That was such a sketchy push in. Oh, that was a good push. Come on now. Come on. Looks like they're getting EGT. I think Bertuigi is on EGT, as far as I know. Someone else that I've casted before, and someone that smoked for us. Smoked for Particle Psychics. So they're getting a different medic in this time, and the round is starting. So let's have a look at how that's going to go. We have SSMM defending first this time. Need to switch apparently, so shouldn't be defending first this time. Yep, they need to switch, and redoing the config. So let's skip forward again.
Hello, SSM.
Oh, hello. Hello, Blistered Shiver. I think that will be it starting again. Hi, I'm a guy's gamer. Go easy on me just because... Don't go easy on me just because I'm a guy. Is that some sexism humor? Is that some reverse sexism humor you've got going there? So let's have a look at this new medic. Let's judge him by his hats. Doodles. You passed the hat test. I believe in you. Sniper setting up in the house as normal, and we is there a sentry around there? Oh, is there? There's a sentry. Of course there is. Not really, Mental X. Maybe I should start turning off the chat for these things. That's Doodle's kind of... That is not a sneaky sniper right there. Two Kinds is not going to get any sneaky stuff from there. But I want to see Lefty again, if he's going to do anything, or if he's just going to go for the spam. At the moment it just looks like he's going to go for the spam over, which is pretty smart right here. So you're not going to get many jumps into a team that are holding inside some caves. I want to see... Yeah, that's pretty fair. They've got Gent. That's not Gent, that's Carlozzo. Wrong team, Aiden. Holding quite far out here, and as before, Balin holding in the middle. And because red team is holding so far back, then we don't have much to do. But Lefty getting taken down from Two Kinds. Savers DMX, Blue Engineer getting pretty aggressive here, and this is quite an aggressive way in. For the red team. I quite like the aggressive cave hold. That's what happened in our official match, and it's pretty effective if you just try to deny them setting up right outside the caves. That works out pretty well. Carlozzo getting taken down, as spies are wont to do. But we have I'm Not Eatables getting taken down, but not before taking down Fungi, or at least helping to. And that is going to be a 1 minute 6 time, which is completely reasonable. Mental X getting taken down, and they do have a player advantage, and it looks like this is just a sentry, and they're just edging this without even using the Uber, which means they can use it to go into the sentryless, engineerless second point, and oh, Dilman getting caught out without his medic. Some miscommunication there probably. And so many players going down to SMMM there. Balin went down at some point as well. That'll be what stuffed that push. And Doodle's using Uber, which is fine because he's still going to have an advantage, even though he did. So good work from Blistered Shiver. I didn't catch who took out Balin, but I imagine that saved them the second point, whoever did. So they're just holding outside cave entrance here. Looks like they're going to go for a bit of a flank push. Already putting some pressure around there. Yep, they're going. Deciding that, just screw it. We have slight player advantage right now, but the sentry is level 1, level 2 now. This is beginning to be the stage where a higher level sentry is more useful, but very little on the cart. And that sticky trap just not quite killing the players on the cart. But we do have the scout going down. I do like the cart presence, but the sentry gun already level 2, and there are a lot of players stuck in here. If this spam can do a lot, but this is smart from Balin just staying outside the door. A lot of players down for Blistered Shiver right now. Doodles almost has Uber, so if they can push quickly, then they could do an awful lot with the sentry only at level 2. Sentry down. It's that easy. If they can push this Uber, then, and they are, it's very effective. I'm not sure where Doodles got to. popping the Uber around the hill, taking nobody in with him, just rushing into the enemy team alone, followed up by the heavy. It's going to get a few kills, but nothing onto Balin, and I'm surprised the cart didn't get capped there. I thought there would be more presence on it, but apparently not. But big headshot onto Mental X from Bumfluff. They might solidify this, but the engineer is just gonna nope it again. I love that. I love the sneaky cart caps. So that's Blistered Shiver just have to fall out now because of that flank door. They really shouldn't have let the engineer cap that, but they had no sentry to watch the cart. So they're gonna fall back into here, pretty much equal Ubers, but they don't seem to have anyone watching the top here, which could prove pretty bad for them. They do have their soldier Pling watching the top, and now he is going around. So it does look like a pretty solid potential hold, unless something crazy happens. Cue crazy happening people. Let's get on the Gent cam. Gent is really far behind here. I'm not sure if he's in position to do anything. Just gonna shoot at the sentry a bit. Like, hello. And he's gonna run away again. I have a feeling Balin went down at some point, and I missed it because I was staring at other people again. And my frames are going. My frames are going 9, 10 FPS, 7 FPS. Gonna pause the demo at 3 frames per second. And it's gonna jump it back to 20 or so, about 15, and back to about 2. This is not good. I do not blame the Source TV for this. That was a terrible and terribly subtle ESEA joke that I think only I will get, and even I don't find it funny. So I'm gonna pause again because you can see that counter on the top right, like 8 frames, 9 frames. That's not good. It's not good news. I'm just gonna stop the video and then I'm gonna start it again. And it's not helped whatsoever. We might as well just go ahead because it is not going to fix itself. I'm really sorry, but there is nothing I can do. It is my computer, and I have ordered upgrade stuff, but it has not arrived yet. So it's just gonna have to like guess what's happening in the bits of second that we're missing. So we've got Doodles helping around through the top. I can't really do much free cam around here. The card is falling back, which is pretty significant. SSMM, I want gonna put someone on that, but Doodles has Uber at this point and Balin does not. EMM Burt going down to Bumfluff. That is pretty significant. The sentry gun going down almost immediately. Foungy going down as well, and the Uber seeming to be forced from Doodles, which is going to give Balin a massive advantage, and they do have the car presence to sustain it, especially after all of these deaths here. And we've got a vent room push as I thought the scout scream and the medic scream are pretty similar, but we do have the Uber coming in onto the dome man from Balin and Lefty, and that is going to seemingly catch Doodles out and get him again if they can carry this aggression out into the 4th point. And really, the aggression like this is what separates steel and silver teams in Europe, is that they can really get aggressive like this, and newer teams just don't seem to do that, or if they do, it's completely accidental. I'm not trying to circle jerk or anything, it's just an observation. Oh, 10 frames. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. But we have about equal Ubers, and looks like a fairly okay hold. Gent getting his Dead Ringer activated, but then actually killed by Carlotto. This looks... Sentry's already down, and there's quite a lot of cart presence. It looks like holding behind these boards you can get enough spam in from Lefty. Day going down already, and looks like they're falling back a bit. I think if they could have kept up with that, they could have gone for a nice little off-over push, because there was no sentry to watch it. But if they chose to do it that way, then that's what they do. That's fine. But Doodles does have a pretty significant advantage here, but defense, that's not going to matter too much. I want to see CMM Burt is back up, but I don't see where he is setting up his sentry. Seems to just be on last right now. I'm not sure if that's a deliberate hold, and I thought there would be more aggression here, but looks like they're gonna... They see all of the other players going into the house here, and they're just going to try to meet them. Uber from Doodles is apparently popped, according to my HUD, but... Oh, it's a crits! It's a crits, but it's getting met by the Uber, and this is terrible news for them, and they're just going to get caught out. And that is... Doodles trying to crouch and get sneaky, but he's not going to go behind heavy in the house eating the sandwich, but this is terrible news for Blistered Shiver, as so much grief. so many players dead for Blistered Shiver getting caught out so much. They had such an unsuccessful crits that it was just met by the Uber. I'm getting quite aggressive here, but not that much help by it. But it looks like, unless something big can happen for Blistered Shiver right here, that SSMM do seem to have the 4th point, so it's just going to come down to how much Blistered Shiver can set up on last point right here. And they already have a level 3, that seemed to be what CMM was doing, but he got taken down, his stuff is being sapped and it's going to go down anyway. That is the danger of setting up alone, that you don't have someone to watch your back. And in addition to that, Balin has Uber advantage. So, you know, Uber disadvantage, no sentry, and this last point, and just having been backstabbed by Gent taking down Doodles and Mentalex, I don't think they'll be able to hold this very long if they play at all smart with this. Even with Two Kinds getting the headshot on the bomb fluff, and CMM but going down again to the backstab from Gent. I feel bad. It's just they're really good. So it looks like got a lot of card presence onto here. Sneaky heavy. Quite like the sneaky heavy play. Mentalex seems to love his sneaky heavy play as well. So much pressure up here, but the mini sentry engineer going for the medic. Balin almost has his Uber right here, and that is complete wipe for Blistered Shiver. So that is going to be 8:42 time. Another 8-minute around that time. Seems to be great. These teams seem to be pretty similar, getting kind of average times, but not average games at all. I'm going to watch DMX on the roll here while I take a drink. And now my frame rate's fine. Like, what's your problem, computer? Kind of similar rollout to me, but I don't tend to set up instantly in caves. I might. It's worked out okay for them, but there's always been something that's messed up both teams' cave salts, you know? Have you not had cave salts? They're delicious. So Blistered Shiver are gonna have to get really aggressive. SSMM got fairly aggressive onto the other way round in the push, but my frame rate's going again. I'm so sorry. Just gonna pause the demo. 0 frames, it tells me. My fraps tells me. I'm sorry, I can't do anything with these frames. But it just looks like they're gonna have to get really aggressive for this one. Just slightly more aggressive than SSMM. Gonna have to have a lot of coordination with aggression as well, which is the hard thing. Which is quite difficult when you have a Merc medic coming in. But hopefully for them, Carlozzo and Two Kinds can get some significant picks, as they have been doing most of the game so far. But we have to contend with Gent and Bumfluff, who've both also been doing pretty well. Then I'm still not sure. They're playing smart with the 3 times on the cart, and Doodle's already going out of spawn. That is potentially not very safe, but there are no red players to be seen around this point. No red players in a 360, no frame scan. Oh, but no, I was wrong, and Gent taking him out. Gent does not have an outline for some reason, so I did not catch him. Gent taking out Doodles, so that is going to be 100% disadvantage. Gent, I told you when you joined the game. That is just such a significant thing. And Sentry getting taken down as well, as Savers DMX is just falling out with his dispenser, I suppose? Oh, he's got a tux. Oh, look at him with his little tux. But they haven't... They're just capping. Just why not? But that is terrible news for Ping saying his days... No. Day saying his ping is the best. Ping saying his Day is the best. He's a heavy. It's fine. Falling back to the Balin popped his Uber at some point there. It's going to pretty much equalize them. Sort of giving up the cave holds here because the sentry did go down, but it still slowed down Blistered Shiver's push pretty significantly as we see the room hold up here again. Is the sentry going up in the same spot? Yes, it is. Is anyone going to get all the way through here again? Well, there's a sniper already watching from down here, but the soldier and scout... I suppose the soldier and scout are just treating this left area as the flank and doing their thing and watching the flank, where most teams would push soldier and scout on the right room. But we do have Omfluff and Day both going down. That sounds like crits. Did they... Yeah, they critsed into this room, which I think took down Doodles. Doodles went down to something. But that's good work. They did well doing that. That was effective. Oh, the telly trap. It's okay though. It's okay. I like this. I like where they've moved the sentry to. I prefer for them to have just the combo watch up here, and the pyro is completely shutting this down. By the way, that is pretty bad for them. A lot of players down for Blistered Shiver at the moment, and this is not good news for them. They're gonna have to get a great push up here. I think the sentry went down at some point, or at least he moved it. No, it looks like it went down. Yeah, just setting up a level 1 again, but at least the sentry is watching the cart now, so they can't just push it for free and get another sneaky cap in. But already falling down, just leaving the pyro and the heavy to watch up here, which is fair enough, because there is some aggression more in the caves, and just deciding to hold the caves aggressively and leave half the combo up there, which is a spy fight. I shouldn't move so much, but Balin went down to a big back head shot from Two Kinds, which is going to give a kind of little advantage to Doodles, who only just started charging again now, must have gone down himself at some point, but the sentry's level 3 watching the cart. They have 5 minutes to go, and I don't know if that's enough right now. It might be. It might be. It is actually, because you can cap all of the points in 4 minutes. They're just going to need an amazing push in the next minute or so that's going to completely obliterate them and keep their advantage throughout, keep it ×3 forever. And now, when the sentry's not being set up, as soon as I said, Lotso gets the backstab on Saver's DMX and saps the sentry, which is going to go down. And that is what I was talking about. So they're going to get aggressive here, and Balin does not have Uber yet. Not sure if he's running Uber or crits. Let's try and get on his camera. He's running regular Uber, so no sneaky crits here, as Doodles does have Uber advantage. And they may be posted up here, but Balin is falling down with the rest of them. And maybe they have Uber here. They can push with this, and if they can hold their advantage for the next 4 minutes, then they can do a lot of work with this. A very aggressive demo line up there, Fungi doing a lot there, but that sounded like a sentry. Sentry at the bottom here, that's pretty smart work to try and deny this cart. But they're going to have to get this Uber in now. They had that sentry advantage that Carlozzo granted them, and they have to play off that if they're going to do anything good. They do have quite a sneaky cap, but that is Balin jumping down by himself, not getting anyone else to go with him to defend the point, and that is just seemingly going to obliterate BS's push. Very few people up, but it does look like BS have forced them out somewhat. Are getting that presence on the cart, but they need to get back to here and push them back. Oh, a circle. But already a lot of players down for Blistered Shiver. I'm not sure if they can push this well enough, that they can do that well enough, but there's Carlozzo already taking down the sentry. That was pretty good. Balin has a bit of an Uber advantage though, and Mental X paused, timed out. They're asking for a pause, which is fair enough. If you don't have a heavy, it's pretty difficult to push. So they're gonna want to stop that soon. Go on, let them stop. I thought it was paused. Maybe they would It's just my frame rate. My frame rate makes me think there's a pause. I think that was genuinely a pause. But let's skip forward a little bit here. 2 minutes 37. I mean, they could totally do this. Maybe. Yeah, that's pretty much half the cart down the bottom there, right? So they could, but they're gonna have to play it really well. SSMM have left a Flappy and Sheep down, but they're gonna have to wait for Foungy and their Heavy to come back, and that's not the easiest thing to play off. So we're gonna have to see some massive work. Carlozzo has been doing a lot this round. Oh, that started again. Jeez. I've just skipped through about 20 seconds. Demono joining as Merc Heavy apparently. But they do have the presence on the cart to sustain this. I like that. They're taking the aggression, like I said. Is this only 100%? This seems to be going really fast. Is it going really fast for anyone else? This looks... It looks overly fast to me. I'm not sure. No, the time is going down at a normal pace. But Saver's DMX already going down and his stuff is getting sapped. Carlozzo, I told you Carlozzo is doing great work this round. As that's going to deny a lot for SSMM. So they can easily hold this, but it is possible that with enough good pushing and good cart presence, BS can... Oh, a Balin going down! Foungy with an amazing jump in. That is going to grant an advantage for Doodles, and they are pushing off the player and the heal advantage, which is just what they needed to be doing at this point. Rather than wait for an Uber advantage, in which case both teams would play it like that. But so many aggressive players off SSMM, and I don't think you can get the cart capped that far, even with ×3. It was amazing work. Foungy getting that med drop and then playing with the heals was the perfect idea, but maybe they should have had a soldier jump in instead. I'm not sure it would have worked as well. So they know they need the ×3, but I don't know if they can use it, which is a shame because that was an amazing amazing kind of push there. It's just they got holed up on the second point just by just a little bit. If they had pushed off one different advantage earlier on, then it might have worked out differently. They're going to cap the fourth point, but I don't think 14, 13 seconds, 12 seconds is enough to get the cart all the way back here. And in any case, well, there's a level 2 sentry and a spy, but that is great work. GG indeed. Shout out to I'm Not Eatable for getting me the STV of this, and I'm going to call VIP on Carlozzo, Gent, Two Kinds, and I feel like the demo man for Blistered Shiver, Foungy, deserves a mention as well, just for that amazing med drop. I'm gonna stop now because my voice really hurts. I'm gonna use these massive frap files. Thanks for watching.